A 14-year-old's quest for justice. His father dies as a result of malpractice. Hi, I'm Gerald Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. I want to tell you a quick story about the making of a medical malpractice trial attorney. And I will tell you something else. This is a true story. I was 14 and a half years old when my father suffered a heart attack. As a result of improper medical care that he received in the hospital, it was our claim that my father died as a result of improper medical care. I was 14 and a half years old. I had two younger brothers. One was 12, the other was 9. My father was 46 years old. He was an obstetrician gynecologist, well respected in the community. And for a 14-year-old to lose his father is just devastating. So, how has this tale of injustice led me to become the person that I have? As a result of my father's death, my mother had hired one of the top trial attorneys in New York to investigate my father's death. Through his investigation, we learned that there was a sufficient basis, that there was a meritorious reason why he had died. And it was something called anaphylactic shock. He had developed a urinary tract infection, and the doctor in training, an intern, a new doctor, had given him an antibiotic that he was allergic to. And it was our claim that he suffered an allergic reaction that ultimately caused his fatal heart attack. By the time the case came to trial, I was already a sophomore in college. So many years had passed by. I had the privilege of attending the trial, which took place in Nassau County Supreme Court. And the trial attorney we had was a very well-known, famous trial attorney who happened to be a former judge who was sitting on the Court of Appeals. And he had recently retired from the bench and went back into active practice. And I had the ability to leave school and come and sit for the duration of the trial, or at least most of it. I had final exams during that time. And one of the most impressionable points during the entire trial was cross-examination by our attorney of the doctor who we believed created and caused this problem, who gave my father the medication that he never should have gotten. I had never before seen in real life a trial attorney cross-examining a witness. Sure, I had seen things on TV and in the movies about trial attorneys, but there's nothing like being there in person in real life. I was able to see and watch how this expert trial attorney tore apart this doctor's explanations about what went on. And I thought to myself, I can't believe this. He's using words to show how this guy is lying. His explanations don't make sense. The questions are probing. They're focused, they're laser focused. They're showing the jury that something went wrong. He should have taken steps to know that my father had this infection. And all this time, I thought I was becoming a doctor. I was pre-med the whole way through college until this trial. I don't tell the story very often because it gets very upsetting to me. But why am I telling you this? Because it shows you what it took for me to become a medical malpractice attorney. That day in court, I recognized I can do exactly what this attorney is doing. I want to do this. This is interesting. This is fascinating. To be able to use words to probe and question people based upon information that they're telling you but simply doesn't make sense. I found my new calling in life. And I'm pleased to tell you that that turned my life around, as tragic as it was. And to top tragedy on top of tragedy, the jury did not believe what we had to tell them. And we lost the case. So not only did we lose my dad, but despite strong evidence, the jury simply didn't buy our story and didn't buy our experts. And that's something that we've lived with for a long time. But that made me a stronger person. It give me a stronger desire to go to law school, to get a degree, to start working in a law firm where I learned everything possible about becoming the best trial attorney I could be. I wanted to be just like this lawyer who was at the top of his game. That's who I wanted to be. And I'm proud to say that over the last 22 years, I've been a practicing New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial attorney. And I'm very proud that I had the ability, and I have the ability, to help injured victims get compensation for people who do wrong, who are careless, who are negligent. And that's one of the great things that I love about what I do. And I use this media, I use this video to tell people about that. Again, not because I need or want your sympathy, I don't. But I want you to understand why I do what I do. And it helps. and it helps you understand. And it makes me feel good when I tell the story because I know my dad would be proud, even though people say, how could the son of an obstetrician become a malpractice lawyer? The answer is, I help people who've been injured by careless people. And my job and my goal is to get them compensation. And when I've done that, I know that I've done my job. I'm Gerald Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice trial attorney. Thanks so much for watching.